Hey everyone, happy Monday. Welcome to week 5 of distance learning. How crazy is that? So today you guys have your check-in on what you did yesterday or last week with Miss Ofianos, Mrs. Sung on system of equation word problems. All right, so as a reminder, this will count as a formative assessment in Power School. Okay, so please try your best, show your work, or there will be a spot for you guys to upload your work like there usually was. The difference this time, though, is instead of uploading one picture per question, we're just asking, do all the questions out at the end, take one picture of all your work and upload that. So hopefully that should save you guys a little bit of time. It seems like that's been a problem for some of you, so we want to try to alleviate those issues. All right. So again, we're talking about word problems today. The two types on your check-in today. One is called a break-even problem, which you did on Monday and Tuesday of last week. The other one is a selling items or selling tickets kind of question, which you guys did Wednesday and Thursday of last week. So if you guys are confused with either of those two things, make sure you either go back and watch those videos again, send one of us a message either through email, remind, or our discussion board, okay, or do something else to try to get caught up on that stuff. Sound good? So I kind of have like a warm-up question for you guys today. The video you guys just watched was reviewing the lesson check from Thursday. So that went over those second kind of word problems for you. So your warm-up for today is the break-even one, the questions that we did Monday and Tuesday of last week. Okay, so do yourself a favor. Pause this video for a second. Try this one out, okay? It's about Minnie Mouse, and she's opening up a boutique. Okay, so go ahead and try it. Unpause this video when you're all set, and we'll go over it together. Go ahead. All right, how'd you guys do? You should get 82 bows to break even. 82, okay? If you didn't get that, that's okay. But let's go over it together right now. All right, so again, with the break-even problem, you're always going to have one equation that represents revenue and one that represents expenses. Okay, so I'm gonna write that down. We're looking for one equation to represent what I said before. So revenue or how we make money. And the other one, expenses, is our cost or what it costs us to run this business. Okay, so if we're here for Minnie Mouse, we're looking at, all right, first of all, how is Minnie Mouse making money in her company? And also, what does it cost Minnie Mouse to run her company? Okay, so the first one, it says it costs her $450 to run a building. So that price, think about that. Is that what she has to pay or an expense for her to run her business? Or is that money that she's bringing in? Well, it says it costs her, right? So that is part of her expenses. So 450 is part of her expenses. And it also costs her 250 in materials per bow. So that amount is going to change based on how many bows she sells. And then it says she sells the bows for $8 each. So if she's selling them for $8, that means that people are purchasing them for $8, or Minnie Mouse herself is earning $8 per bow. So that would be part of her revenue. Okay. Now let's go ahead and try to set up our equations. So I set them up a little differently than Miss Sofianos does. Miss Sofianos likes to use X and Y as her variables, and that is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I prefer, though, to use ones that could change based on the question. What I mean by that is instead of using Y, I've always used C. And I say C represents cost. Okay, and that cost is either the cost to us, or in this case, Minnie Mouse, to run the business, or it's the cost to our customer to purchase what we're selling. Okay, so cost to us or cost to our customer. And the other variable is what we don't know, right? What we're trying to solve for in this question. And the great thing, guys, about word problems is that usually the last sentence will tell you what that other variable has to be. And it says right here, how many bows must she sell? So that's what we don't know. We don't know how many bows we're selling. So I'm going to use B to represent number of bows. Okay, so now let's go ahead and write our equation. So for revenue, we're going to start by saying, all right, I'm going to go with expenses first. Doesn't really matter though. So for expenses, all right, our cost, so the cost to us is going to be, let's say it costs her $450 to rent the building, plus an additional $250 per bow or times B. Because if she only sells one bow or she makes one bow, we're going to add on the $250. 2 bows would be $250 times 2, which would be $5. Right, so we have to multiply that by B. And then for revenue, all right, so now for revenue, we have the cost to our customers is going to be, all right, well, how is Minnie Mouse making money here? Well, she makes $8 per bow. And there we go, guys. There is our system of equations. Okay, with one equation representing expenses and one equation representing revenue. So that's part one. Now we have to go and solve this. Okay, so you think back to when we solve system of equations, we could use 3 methods: graphing, substitution, elimination. We don't usually want to use graphing because I don't have graph paper when we do it. So we want to use either substitution or elimination. Since both equations already have a variable by themselves, I'm going to pick to use substitution in this case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what C equals in our top equation. I know C equals $8 times B. So I'm going to take that part and I'm going to plug that into my bottom equation for C. So my bottom equation is going to read as C, which we know is 8.00B, and that's going to equal 450 plus 2.50B. Okay, now we have a two-step equation, guys. So I want to get my terms with B on one side of the equation. So I'm going to subtract 2.50B from both sides. Okay, so those will cancel out from the right-hand side. So 8B minus 250B is going to leave me with 5.50B. And that's going to equal 450. Okay, now let's go ahead and get B by itself by dividing both sides by 5.5. So B is going to equal, we get a decimal here, and we get 81.82. But here's the thing. Can Minnie Mouse sell 0.82 of a bow? No, that customer will not be happy that it didn't get a full bow. So we have to think about how we want to round this. Okay, if Minnie Mouse were only to sell 81 bows, okay, she would not have actually broken even yet. She's very close, but she's not actually there. So to actually break even, she has to sell that 82nd bow. So a break-even question is a very special time where no matter what, we always round up. So even if the answer here was 81.02, she would still have to sell the 82nd bow. But in this case, 81.82, we say, again, answer in words. So Minnie must sell 82 bows to break even. All right, there's our break-even question. Okay, so hopefully you watched the video before this reviewing the ticket and buying item questions. Went through this video for break even. Guys, please reach out if you have any questions before you take this check-in. Let us know. But if not, good luck, and I'll talk to you guys later.